Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we
are going to hell.
2020 Dodge Charger SRT.
Hellcat wide body with launch control. Yes!
Horsepower torque.
707 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque from a 6.2-liter supercharged V8. Yes!
So as you guys know from our previous reviews of the manual Hellcat Challenger and the Hellcat Red Eye, we love Hellcats. This is our first time in a Charger Hellcat.
Yeah, I can scream 707 horsepower for the rest of my life.
Even though the Red Eye is more.
797. And even 717 for the other ones now.
And since this is our first Charger Hellcat, I want to start off with the looks.
That's probably a good place to start considering the wide body is brand new for 2020.
And before we keep going, if you like your horsepower torque, try one.
Horsepower torque!
Yeah, maybe consider subscribing.
Horsepower torque!
Yo, it's fun.
Or horse pork, which is what Donut Media says, if the horsepower matches the torque.
Horsepower.
Horsepower.
Okay, this car's been around for like 15 years, and they make it look better every year.
Yeah, I don't think any other company in the world has done that.
Yeah, and they pulled it off so well. I mean, Fox Body tried.
Yeah, but how long was that around for?
Like since 1974, I think, to 1993.
I get, yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Fox bodies.
Okay, so front end, they made it look so much more modern, like really clean intakes everywhere. Everything looks real. We've got the cool new style headlights.
Yeah, the LEDs in the headlights look really good. We also have a very aggressive looking Hellcat style hood.
Yeah, having a black hood on a white Challenger with a wide body is definitely bait out.
And up front, we also have a mail slot for more air.
I think that's a very cool name.
It is.
And then you can see those bolted on fenders there as well, and you can see them on the back. They stick out so much, and they have room for such wide tires. I love the wide look on the Challengers and the Chargers.
Yeah, the wide look is amazing, and the fact that they molded it into the front bumper and made everything wide just looks proper. Because like they saw what the aftermarket was doing, and they just did it better.
It's like a stock Liberty Walk kit or something.
Pretty much.
Okay, from the side view, we still have the same old Dodge Charger line that they pretty much had the whole time, but now with the fender flares, it looks really good. We've got this one in white, but lucky enough, we picked the perfect angle of the sun to make everything pop.
And I love these wide body style wheels. They're so fat and just so good looking.
It's such a deep rim. And what is the Continental recommended tire for the Dodge Charger Hellcat?
The Extreme Contact Sport. And by the way, you may have noticed that we're both wearing Continental shirts this time. That's because right now, if you purchase a set of qualifying light truck or SUV tires by August 31st, 2020, you can receive up to a $100 Visa prepaid gift card. The promotion is only available in the United States, and the full details are available at the link in the top comment.
And don't worry, you Canadians, we're gonna keep you guys posted for when there's some stuff for us up here in the Great White North. And before we get to the back end, oh my God,
yes.
Those crackles. Back end looks good. We've got a nice little black spoiler.
Yeah, and I love these taillights.
The taillights are classic. They nailed it like so many years ago and just kept them the same.
And then we got real exhaust down there, and everything just looks so wide from behind.
It's probably the most perfect Charger they've ever built.
Thick with 3 C's.
Hey, did I ever tell you that in one of the Fast and Furiouses in Brazil, they stole Dodge Charger police cars that were brand new, but then when they used them to steal the vault, the crew switched them out for older Dodge Chargers because you could see that from the taillights.
Well, you told me right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dodge Charger fact number 1 of what? That's all I got.
Yeah.
But ideally, I would like to have it in that one blue color that they released it in.
Yeah, that blue color is really nice.
That everyone reviewed this in about a whole year ago.
Probably about that, yeah.
So now moving on to the interior quickly before I go through Cliche Corner and you get behind the wheel. It's pretty much every single FCA, Dodge Challenger, and Charger.
It's exactly the same.
We've got a pretty decent, in fact, actually pretty good infotainment.
I really like FCA's infotainment.
It can be a little slow sometimes when you're loading performance pages, but you have all that stuff. You've got line lock, you've got launch control, pretty much everything you need there.
And it's got a bunch of really cool features for post-race, like race cool down, where it'll cycle the fluid for the supercharger and cool it down after.
And then our gauges are analog on the left, analog on the right, digital in the middle. It shows every single digit through the speedo, and you can go through so many different pages and get so many different useful options.
And I should mention that I actually did check the fuel economy on this because I took a couple-hour road trip in it, and I had it in eco mode for everything, cruise control on, and I got 11.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is the quoted numbers for this car.
Okay, let me go through Cliche Corner, and then we'll finish off the interior with you. God,
That's a slide.
This thing really wants to get away from you. And I was like, no throttle there.
And that's actually traction control on.
Yeah, I think on a track, you can be careful with this and push it really hard, but this thing can get away from you very easy.
Yes, if you don't know what you're doing.
Okay, your turn.
Okay.
Launch control button.
Let me deliver some mail through the mail slot and send it. Oh, yes! Oh my God. All right, that's enough. Holy crap, I love that.
Man, everything Hellcat, SRT, it's so good.
Hellcat is the best thing they've ever done.
You guys know how to make fun cars better than everyone else.
Yes.
Like this is exactly what I want out of a high horsepower car.
Dodge claims that this is the most powerful and fastest mass-produced sedan in the world.
Well, yeah, because I guess there's like the Project 8, and then there's also the GTA Modificato.
Yeah, which are not mass-produced.
And I totally buy that.
Oh yeah, like this is incredible. Like what's faster than this with 4 doors? Like nothing? Well, this can do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.8 seconds apparently, but have we ever got that number? I doubt it.
You made the mistake of saying 4 doors, not sedan.
Oh yeah, whatever. Sorry, because that would be the AMG GT 4-door.
Yeah.
And speaking of little stipulations like that, Porsche just got the fastest executive sedan Nürburgring lap with the Panamera.
Yo, these records are stupid.
Yeah.
And I think everyone should like aim to have the cars land at the exact same time.
But they're also...
Yeah. Well, we're lucky because we get to drive them.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll probably get to more interior stuff later. Let's keep talking about driving.
Okay, can I rip? I'm not even gonna ask. Watch this upshift, bro.
This car is so aggressive, but it's so good. You can like use all the gears. Like shifting is fun, getting into manual is fun.
The gear ratios are good, like everything about it.
Everything about it's good. And okay, say you're in auto drive mode. If you try to use the paddles, it won't let you because it knows you're in auto. You actually have to click the shifter over to manual to do that.
And about the drive modes, to get to them, you have to press the SRT button.
Yeah, and then you got to dig through to the drive mode button, and then you can see which mode does what. But if you double click the SRT button, it'll go right to one of the fast modes and turn traction off, which is kind of sketchy.
I think it's really cool, and I'm going to send it into Cliche Corner in track mode, however, with traction in sports, so that I don't die. And let's see what it does in the proper gear. Oh my. Okay, so it's obviously a huge sedan, and it can drift like crazy, and there's a ton of body roll, and I'm 40 feet in the air, but I love every single bit of it.
Okay, the predictability factor, I think the highest on this. The Corvette Z06 that we drove before. Yeah,
yes.
That was so sketchy. This is like more horsepower, more control. Yeah, it's heavier, but like still, I feel way better doing everything in this.
I feel like I can drift this one-handed while drinking a Monster, whereas I would totally just die in a Z06 with both hands on the wheel. Power delivery is great. There's no lag.
Yeah, I love superchargers.
And V8s.
I love the sound.
And just like every other Hellcat version that we've driven, it sounds incredible. So let's take a listen to the outside.
Probably one of the best exhausts combined with the best supercharger from the front.
Yeah, that whine is just so good. There's the right amount of it, whereas like the GT500 didn't have any whine.
Dodge is just the best, I don't know.
And we haven't talked about the transmission yet. That's because we have zero complaints about it. It's a ZF 8-speed that we know and love because it's in every FCA product pretty much. It's in all the Hellcats that don't have a manual transmission, and you can't get a manual in this. If you want a manual with a Hellcat, you have to get a Challenger, which is totally fine, but this is perfect for a sedan.
Yeah, I think if you needed a car for your family and like you managed to like bamboozle your wife into letting you get this, it would be perfect, and you wouldn't need it in manual.
No, exactly. Like this is totally fine in auto. You leave it in auto, you floor it. Even from eco mode, you just floor it on the highway and it's great.
But it still kind of does suck that the paddles are half paddles on the steering wheel with the radio buttons behind. I love the radio buttons, but like, it'd be nice to have big paddles on a Charger.
I totally agree. So now let's get into this interior a little bit more. The steering wheel itself is massive, but it's good that you can vary how the steering feels depending on which mode you're in.
And behind the steering wheel, we got these huge couch cushion seats.
Well, I guess in front of it.
In front of the steering wheel. Like, when you first get into one of these Charger Hellcats, you're like, what am I sitting in? This isn't a sports car. And then after a few minutes, you're just like, you know, I'm really comfortable and I'm also faster than everyone and I got the best predictability factor.
Yeah, and they're just genuinely super comfortable. I drove them for like 2 or 3 hours on a road trip, totally fine. And there's also plenty of back seat room, except my head is actually in the glass portion, so that kind of sucks. If you were bald or something on a road trip, oh man, you'd get a burn on the top of your head for sure.
And we usually never ever box test sedans, but we want to show you for once in a while why we don't.
Box test!
This can only fit 3 boxes. We've got Tony's box, who's new to patreon.com, and we've got happy first year anniversary to Ali's box. Anyways, even with such a huge sedan, 3 boxes, that's why we don't do it.
But if you do want your own name on a box, head over to patreon.com/thestraightpipes.
And some more goodies coming there soon.
Ooh,
Keep your eyes peeled.
more stuff.
So then we should probably get to the visor test.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Dodge always does a great job. 3, 2, 1.
Yes, full pass.
And extensions.
Extra pass. Good
And
job.
then cup holders fits just fine. Today I'm rocking a medium because I'm extra thirsty and extra tired.
And the suspension is so comfortable. I mean, look at the thing. It's a 4-door sedan. It's super comfortable in every mode. There are 3 different modes. It's Bilstein adaptive dampers, and I really like what they did with it.
This is definitely a cheater car for every single thing for a family.
It's kind of like an E63S because that would actually be the competitor to this in terms of horsepower and all that kind of stuff. Not so much luxury, but this is kind of the same idea.
It'd be more. This is way more comfortable than an E63 is.
Yeah, and this is rear-wheel drive, so it's just more fun.
Even though
Drift
E63s
mode.
can be drift mode.
Yeah. But I can still have the traction on in this in rear-wheel drive mode,
Exactly.
even though I'm using sport traction because you can still get fully
Which
sideways
is
in
still
it.
like,
Yeah.
and we haven't turned traction all the way off.
No, because there's no need for it.
Unless you're doing burnouts.
But
and
even
donuts.
then, this thing will do burnouts in...
Sport traction.
Exactly. It's like,
It's the perfect system.
it really is.
Okay, a couple things that suck that this doesn't have. Well, it's got a really bad old reverse camera, and it doesn't have a video recording device for driving like the Corvettes do and the Camaros and GM does. Because like GM is also super old tech, but they have that. It'd be nice to have.
Yeah, but this is just so old that it doesn't really matter.
I know, but like...
Yo, nobody even heard the word dash cam when this first came out.
I mean, the last gen Corvettes are old too, and they have the cameras.
Not that old. Well, maybe.
2013.
Yeah.
And this also has rewinding satellite radios, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. And a whole lot of power.
Horsepower dark! Dude, I love this car so much.
Do you love it more than saying horsepower and torque?
I don't know. Both are pretty good. They go well together.
Okay, that's pretty much everything with the Dodge Charger Hellcat wide body. Let's get to the price.
You forgot SRT, but that doesn't matter. It starts at $84,345.
Canadian.
And this one is $99,155.
This is exactly what I'd want out of a fast car with high horsepower.
This could be $150,000 and I would still say it's worth it.
Would you take this over a Challenger?
I would definitely consider this over a Challenger if I needed the back seat room and the extra doors, but right now, I think I'd take a Challenger.
Yeah, because it kind of looks cooler because it's a 2-door.
Exactly.
And there's more variations, like you get the Demon and the Red Eye.
But this is just more dailyable. At least it feels like that because of the 4 doors. Like I could just shove groceries back there if I don't feel like opening the trunk, which is massive, by the way.
If anything, I think it's cooler if somebody has a Charger Hellcat instead of a Challenger Hellcat.
Yes.
Because you know it's like, oh, I need the back seat room, but I also really need 707 horsepower.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really cool thing to have.
So let us know what you guys think of this versus the Challenger, and definitely click here to watch our Challenger review.
The Red Eye,
Both of them.
the Hellcat manual,
Yeah, I'd click those. And maybe even GT500. I don't think there's enough room on the screen though.
we can probably add 3, maybe.
Did we add 2 to this? Did you guys click 3 or 1? Or 2?
And don't forget about that link at the bottom for tires.